This programme is brought to you by Vinny.co.uk.
Well, welcome back everyone. Champions League pool live on your screens here on Free Sports. Stephen and Simon still very much with you, and we are sat ramrod upright in our chairs because we are very, very excited. Last match of the night, it is still all to play for. Three men now sit at the top of the table. Edgar could make it a four-way tie if he can beat the all-time great Chris Melling. If he does so, we'll have a four-way, six-red shootout to decide who goes through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League pool. Chris Melling just has to do his job, avoid defeat, and he qualifies through outright. These were the odds at the start of the night. Not sure if that'll have changed slightly since. I think they probably would, but Chris Melling was a massive favourite against the youngster Edgar. Just 16 years of age, don't forget, the young Scot up against one of the greatest to ever do it. He mentioned in his interview that he was really excited to play him, and you know, you came up on
Wesley
Black. Oh, golden break, how about it? How about it? Unbelievable. Well, we've been saying he's got that 8-ball in motion all the way through the match tonight.
I love his reaction.
Chris Melling, Edgar can't believe it, little wry smile. Well, 1-0.
Well, what a start for Chris Melling. He comes into this match knowing he just needs a point to go through tonight, and he starts in the perfect fashion with that golden break. Incredible stuff from Chris Melling, our first golden break of the night. And we can go and get a few words with Hita Mattel, who's now with Stephen Jameson.
Well, I thought we'd be speaking to you in a little bit, but golden break gets us a little bit quicker here. And congratulations on a good performance tonight. How have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's been thoroughly enjoyable. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's nice to play well, to be honest, with the TV cameras, and that's been a long time since I played under the cameras and stuff. Yeah, but it's nice to put a half decent performance on. Yeah. And
it's been a great night of pool as well. The standard from all four players has been top surf.
It's gone down to the last match. Yeah, as you said, it can go either way, but if Gio can do us all a favour in it, give the crowd a bit of a six-ball playoff. Yeah.
Well, it'd be good fun, wouldn't it? And I think it's about time to ask you. Have you been practising the six-red shootout in an eventuality?
I've had a go. I had one go. Yeah, got under 30 seconds. So whether that's any good or not, well, I don't think it.
Well, hopefully we'll wait and see. Hey, it's been a long time, obviously, since you played on TV. You mentioned. How much have you enjoyed? Not just the fact that you were back out there, but also the tournament, the format. It's all very different, obviously. How much have you enjoyed it?
The rules, I like the rules, and the production, and everything. It's a great format, to be honest. Yeah, I've enjoyed it quite a lot. Yeah, it's been fantastic too.
Well, we hope it's not the last time we've seen you tonight, of course, and best of luck, and I'm sure you'll be cheering on Gio from the sidelines.
Come on, Gio, yes.
Back to you, Si.
I think there's a lot of Gio fans suddenly in the world who want to see a six-red shootout, four-way six-red shootout, but Chris Melling has got off to the perfect start. That golden break in the opening frame, a very casual little four-ball plant to get himself in with a great chance here in frame number 2. Just the 8-ball to work out.
What I loved the most about that golden break was the reaction of Gio in the background. That smile just told me, just the way it started, he was like, he's obviously pepped himself up for this one as Chris slides that beautifully past the red there. But he'd have been geeing himself really up for this, you know, a chance to face off against the great Chris Melling, one of the best players to have picked up a cue in this sport. As one of the up-and-coming youngsters, great opportunity, chance maybe to force a shootout, do loads of good things. And the first thing that Chris Melling does is pop the 8 off the break, and you just see that wry smile just going, yeah, it's going to be tough, this.
It's just hard, isn't it? Oh, he's missed this by a long way. That was tough, because Yeah, I didn't quite get the position he wanted on it, but it's tough for Gio. He would have, if you'd offered Gio this situation at the start of the night, he may have taken it because he came in here as the outsider of the group. He may not have done because he may have wanted to go through without the 6 red shootout, but to still have a chance in his third match and to have it almost taken away from him in that first shot, it is very cruel. But at least he gets an opportunity here in frame number 2.
It's a tough one. He's got to really be canny about how he picks out this next shot. He's going for it. That's what we love to see. He's an attacking player, is Gio, and not thought about taking the pocket and making it tricky and difficult for Chris. He's saying, I back myself to clear these.
Well, here's the big shot. If he gets the one nearest the cushion, it opens up the one just inside it. He's come round to have a little look at where he could leave the cue ball and still snooker it on the 8 ball. So use the red in the middle of the triangle area as a blocker as well. Which I think... Oh, it's tight. I was going to say, I think he'd done it. I actually thought he'd made the pot. It just stays on the table, but...
I can't believe this has stayed up.
He would have loved another inch down the table because this swerve is gettable now for Chris.
Oh, the magician is at it again. There are a few better players of this sort of shot in the world than Chris Melling. And you can see a perfect angle here. That is really high tariff stuff to swerve it that much, but he's got this special sauce, Chris Melling, within him to be able to do whatever he wants with the cue ball, and that was pretty good.
Yeah, judging the amount of swerve you're going to get on the ball, that's the hardest bit. And we've already seen tonight that Chris has the ability to swerve it an awful lot with that Massey shot he played in his first match, which was quite incredible. But this time, if Gio had rolled the ball back or got the ball back half an inch further, it would have been a full ball snooker. It would have been a lot harder to play the Massey shot in the way that Chris did. The fact that it was about half a ball made it a little bit easier for him, but still excellent control.
8 balls on the move, dangerously close to a pocket again from Chris Melling. He's broken so well tonight.
Yellow balls in play.
Gio just has to stay ready. It's not all over for him yet. So a long, long way to go in this match.
Chris is trying his best, though, to take all the drama out of it, isn't he? He wants to get this job done it quickly. We saw David McNamara in a similar situation last week, and he played a flawless final match to sort of kill all the hopes of the other players in the competition.
Oh, well, the tricks are all coming out now.
He was raising his arms up in the air because he didn't know where the rest was.
Don't need a rest, just play the shot left-handed.
You did look like he hadn't played too many left-handed shots in his life, but he still made the pot. And that was the difference in the frame, because it's simple from here.
I'd be willing to put a lot of money on Chris Melling beating most players left-handed. That's superb work from Chris Melling. 3-0 up after just 5.5 minutes, and Gio Edgar had this situation in his first match. Have a watch here. Just watch the facial expression of Gio Edgar. Yeah, that's one I'm up against.
Yeah, a bit of a knowing nod. I quite like Chris's reaction as well. He stood there, watched it coming towards him, and just very happy with the way he got off to a start in that match with a golden break.
Well, this is how we started off the night. Gio Edgar getting beat 4-0 by Mike King. He played 4 shots total in that match, including 2 breaks. Just didn't have an opportunity. Mike King played lights out. But since then, it's been so even. 2 draws. And that's unlucky.
Foul.
He's tried to put everything into this break.
Anywhere on the table.
And just talk us through there, Simon, exactly how and why that's happened.
Well, the problem you've got when you're playing the cut break and you're hit with power, because you're hitting from the side cushion. With any break, you're hitting down on the ball, especially when you're hitting it with pace. But when you're hitting close to the side cushion, you're hitting down on it more. And we have seen with this super slow-mo camera how much the cue ball is bouncing down to the pack. And it's so easy when you try and overhit the cut break for the cue ball just to jump straight off the table. It's something you could do. If you were trying to jump off the table, you could do it fairly comfortably every time. And the other big problem with doing that is it's cue ball in hand anywhere on the table rather than just anywhere behind the break line, as it would be if it was just cue ball potted.
But just cue ball in hand and no 2 shots or shot and a visit does mean that it's not necessarily game over for a foul break. Chris has got some work to do here. This needs some figuring out. You can see what he's thinking. What I love about Chris is he maps it out for us commentators. He never left in doubt, are you? Has he got a shot? Can he get around that yellow?
Yeah, I can, yeah. Going by body language. The control he played that shot with is fantastic. He didn't just fly into it hoping for it to open up. He worked out what he wanted to do, got the precision on the cannon, one towards the side cushion, opens up the other one. And that will be that for this match.
You got a feel for the kid, haven't you? You really do. But he will learn that sometimes when you come up against the very best, and make no mistake, Chris Melling is one of the very, very best. They do have the ability to do this to you. A brilliant win from Chris Melling. 4-0. Gio Edgar would have loved that to have gone on longer for so many different reasons, but probably our quickest match of the tournament, and it means Chris Melling qualifies through to the quarterfinals. A tough one to take for the youngster Gio Edgar, who'd given himself a chance to qualify through into the quarterfinals heading into the last match, and credit to him for sticking in it and for making it close, but in the end, side just too good.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough to take if you're in Gio's position there. You have a golden break against you in the first frame and then a reverse dish break dish. You know, Chris has won 3 frames in really quick fashion, and the only frame that Gio had a chance in, you know, he took the ball by the horns trying to make that ball down the rail and played the snooker at the same time, but Chris came up with that great swerve shot to win it as well. So Gio, in 2 of his matches tonight, has done next to nothing wrong, and he's lost both of them. The one match he got chances in, he was very competitive, and we're going to see a lot more from Gio in the future.
Yeah, certainly not disgraced himself in any way whatsoever. Put in a really good performance, but it's not quite enough to take over the magician. Chris Melling qualifies through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League pool, and we'll speak to the man himself when we come back. Well, a very warm welcome back to the Champions League pool here on Free Sports. A fantastic night of entertainment, one that in the end went down to the final match, but the man who emerged on top of the Group 7 mounting was the magician Chris Melling, who joins us now. Delighted to say, Chris, big congratulations on getting out of that one. It looked like it was going to be a real tight one. How desperate were you to avoid that 6-red shootout?
Yeah, well, I was kind of free-rolling, because if I lost the match, I was definitely going to be in a shootout, and I could have got the draw, which would have put me through, and the win. But obviously, it's nice to get the wins. I mean, I've made a few silly mistakes during the matches. That's probably just lack of practice, obviously not played for so long. But yeah, delighted to get through.
Seems to be made for this format, especially given you've got a bit of a penchant for getting that 8-ball on the move, as we saw at the start of that last match. Golden break wins you the frame. You like that rule?
I absolutely hate the rule, to be honest with you.
It's all right when it goes for you, though, eh?
Yeah, I actually had a bit of fun on social media. I was saying the cut break should be banned and nobody should be using it, but I had every intention of actually using it, so I was kind of trying to get in their heads a little bit. But I mean, obviously, it's pure luck when the 8-ball goes in.
And in terms of that last match, obviously, we spoke to Gio ahead of time. He's a youngster making his way in this game. Obviously, you've been there, seen it, done it, got multiple T-shirts from it. Did you have a word with him afterwards, just to give him a bit of a pep talk as one of the more senior men in the game?
No, I didn't say anything after the game. Obviously, he's a little bit gutted, which he's going to be. He's only a young lad, 16, 17 years old. And he's doing the right things. His dad's with him. His dad's keeping him away from the drinking and everything else that goes on in most sports. But, he's a good player. He's a very, very good player. He just didn't get a chance to show it, I don't think. I mean, the first match tonight, he's 3-0 down. He's not had a go. and then when he's got a chance, he's messed up, and it's hard. But he's doing the right things. He's playing a lot of tournaments, you know, and his dad's going everywhere with him, and you know, he's cheering him on. And it won't be long before he's breaking into the top echelon of players.
And in terms of yourself, obviously that moves you through into the quarterfinals. It's some lineup that's shaping up to be. How excited are you to be in this competition now, and you're really into the meat of it?
Yeah, great. It's a great event. You know, obviously nobody's really playing a lot apart from the snooker players, Q Sport wise. And obviously I've played most of the Q Sports and still do. But I'm just delighted to be a part of the event. You know, obviously there's a lot of great players still in. You know, your Neil Raybones, your Phil Harrisons, your Mick Hills to come. So, you know, Mick's not guaranteed. Again, it's a race to 4, so anything can happen and will.
Yeah, it certainly will. Well, we've enjoyed having you along with us tonight, and congratulations on a great performance.
Cheers, thank you.
It really was a fantastic performance from Chris, and so we can see our qualifiers already through into the quarterfinals, who will be joining Chris Melling. We mentioned earlier on, it was something of a murderer's row. It's talent after talent after talent after talent. Those are the men who have qualified through already, Simon. It's shaping up to be some tournament, this.
Yeah, it really is. I think all the players that have made it through so far have played some brilliant pool on the way through, but they've also got some great pool CVs and some of the things they've won in the game. We are going to end up with a lineup of 8 of the best pool players around at the moment. So this is really shaping up to be an incredibly dramatic competition, and can't wait for the second stage, although we've still got one more group to come.
Well, you talk about that one group to come. Dylan Leary, Mick Hill, Shane Thompson, Declan Brennan. We are ending the group stages with easily the toughest group to call, which is remarkable, saying that we've got a 6-time world champion in there. That is some statement to be saying. And we've got one group left, 2 quarterfinals groups, and finals night. The final 4 weeks of this tournament are going to be absolutely box office.
Yeah, they really are. Next week is absolutely a group of death. We thought the group earlier on in the competition was, but this really is. It's well, we said this earlier on tonight. Mick Hill comes in as one of the big favourites for the whole tournament. A 6 times world champion. He's one of the greats of the game. But if any of the other 3 players next week were to go on and not just win the group but win the whole event, we wouldn't be surprised. That is the quality we have next week. So next week's going to be very tough for Mick to come through if he is as he is the favourite. But whoever comes through, we're going to have an incredible quarter-final lineup.
Yeah, it really is shaping up to be an amazing end to what's been a really, really fun tournament. We hope you're enjoying it on Free Sports. It's worth pointing as well, we're not back next week. It's the week after. We take a little bit of a hiatus. Don't worry, it's not Valentine's Day related. Me and Simon will survive that. But as for that, we will be back the week after. We can't wait to bring you the final 4 weeks of this competition. It really, really has been something special, and one of the greats of all time goes through tonight to join that really good quarter-final lineup. Stay with us on Free Sports. We've got some live football on the way for you as we head to Portugal in the Liga NOS, as Sporting take on Benfica at the Stadio José Alvalade. Until then, we will see you very, very soon.
This programme is brought to you by Vinny.co.uk.